do a confined area. We want to do a circuit at 1,000 feet above ground to make sure the suitability of the spot. Then we want to do a 500-foot reconnaissance. And after we're clear from there, we're going to go and do our approach into the confined area. So let's take a look how it shapes up. The thing we have to keep in mind is we want to be minimum 500 feet and 500 feet. Those are the things that also could sort of nail you on a flight test. Looks like there's a confined area over there a little bit. Maybe it's not too close to any of the houses. And we'll do a right orbit, make sure it's on your side, and we'll do it at 1,000 feet. What speed do you suggest I orbit at? Alright, so just about 70 to 80 knots is comfortable. You don't want to be screaming through the air. Yep. And as we're looking at this, we're going to keep it off to the right-hand side. 1,000 feet, we're looking for three things. We're looking for suitability, it looks big enough to land in. Looking for any hydro lines, make sure we're not going to hit any power lines. And we're going to try and verify where the wind is. We're going to try and verify where that wind's coming from. Currently it's at the west. So we make sure we're clear of the houses. Keep in mind that the CARS regulation, 500 feet vertical, 500 feet horizontal. When we're coming down gently, we're going to come down to 500 feet AGL. So we're at about 60 to 70 knots airspeed. This is our downwind check right here, heading eastbound. So we do our lights, temps, pressures, and a radio call. Now currently 22 inches of power to hover, and we got about 25.8 inches for takeoff, so we know we have enough power for our confined area today. And this is a pretty generous area we're going into, but we're just going through the motions to make sure we have checked all the boxes. Yep. And keeping clear of the tail as we come in, making sure that we keep that power on, keep that pushing forward. We have all the space in the world, so just use the space you have. Biggest thing about a confined area, use all the space you have available to you. Make sure you have a safe approach. And when we land, we want to make sure that it's a flat surface. We're not going to hit the tail anywhere, so yep. Confirming the tail is clear when we're landing. What we like to do in the confined area is to turn around the tail, make sure the tail stays in one spot, and only our nose of our aircraft moves, so we know we're not going to bang the tail into anything when we do a turn. And then before we come down all the way, we'll do a seating check. So we gently bring the collective up and down for a few times, make sure we're not going to break through any loose ground. And we want to do a forward and back, left and right cyclic movement with a little bit of power on. Make sure we're not going to have dynamic rollover or sink a skid where we might actually roll the helicopter. And once we're confirmed that that's all good, we can come all the way down the collective. And that's it. Alright, so we can bring ourselves up into a hover now. We know the wind's out of the west, which is directly in front of us. So we'll use the space we have. We'll do a gentle turn on the tail to the left. We always want to do left pedal turns. Turn on the tail to the left to go 180 degrees to use the whole entire confined area space we have. We got a whole bunch of space over here, so we can use that as a runway to get out of this confined area. There's no need in trying to climb over a tree when we don't have to, and we can use a nice slow rolling takeoff.